Welcome to DC Boxing Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have a special panel. The panel is going to be composed of RASHEED Hammond, one of the co-hosts, Marlon Parker. He's our resident expert fan up in here, and Carlos MASSEY, former boxer, member of DC Boxing Legends. Tonight we're going to discuss, it's going to be a pre-fight discussion for the HaneyGamboa card. I'd love to hear some thoughts, some input, and let's see what our panel guests have to say about the matchup and also some other boxing news. What's going on, RASHEED?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. How's everything?
Everything's great, man. Everything's great. Been a busy week this week.
I know. So hey guys, we were tossing around the idea of this whole month being packed full of great fights, and this fight in particular is hopefully going to be another good one. What do you guys think about the matchup? Let's start. I want to start with Marlon this time. Marlon, what do you think about the matchup between Haney and Gamboa?
Classic mismatch. What they're doing is working them into raising the level of his opposition. But you got a 24-year-old going up against a 33-year-old who, in his last fights, he has 1 KO in his last fights, Gamboa. And he got TKO'd in the 12th when he fought Tank. That was the very last fight. And he put on a bad wheel. I just don't think this fight will be as competitive as we're hoping to. It will be.
Okay, so you calling Haney?
Of course I'm calling Haney. I mean,
I just want to make sure
Stevie Wonder would do this. Can you come back from that ruptured Achilles so quickly?
Yeah, that seems kind of. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. What do you think,
Is he using the same doctor as the Redskins? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's no way you can come back off injury that quick, Achilles. If it was truly torn, so I don't know what's up with that.
Okay, all right. Well, what's your prediction, RASHEED?
Gamboa is now an official stepping stone. He is the new fighter to get to the next level, and I predict a 4th round KO.
Whoa, 4. Okay. Okay. All right. And he even gave the round. That's what I'm talking about. That's expert analysis right there. He gave the round. He gave the KO. You hear that? Fellas, y'all need to learn up.
Hey, I actually agree with him. I just wouldn't use stepping stone because I haven't boxed. So I'm really leery about throwing around terms like that. But
I give it to him now because of the past fights that he just had with the other gentleman, Tank. You know, now they officially put him in, and also with the fight with what's his name from what's the pound for pound best, him. They also
Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah. You know, they also everybody's now picking him as a stepping stone. Now, 5 years ago, they would have had some problems. All of them.
Right. What you think, Carlos?
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off Marlon and RASHEED, Gamboa at this point is like they use him as like a gatekeeper. So if you want to come up the ranks, you want to be the big dog, you got to go through him first. Yeah, it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be super easy for Haney, but I do think that eventually he'll break him down. He's got too much power, and I know he's hungry right now, especially after that Tank monstrous KO last week. So he definitely tried to throw his hat in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like this panel might be another clean sweep too. I do think that it's I think it's competitively matched from a fan perspective. Yeah, but just having the experience in the boxing game and have done it before, I can see where looking at it as a mismatch because you know, Gamboa, he can hang his head up high. I mean, you gotta look at, you know, he took Tank looked like he was depleted to the late rounds, and he also and a couple rounds he hurt Tank. I thought he hurt Tank, and I also thought he definitely hurt Crawford. So being a gatekeeper, I think he is, but you know, gatekeepers are dangerous fighters too. We've all been told that
they're most dangerous.
That's why they at the gate. That's why they at the gate.
If
you don't get through that gate, you ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. You know, a wounded animal. What they say about a wounded animal?
Yeah, you gonna fight.
They the worst ones.
Right. Yeah, they're dangerous.
You remember the saying? Y'all remember the saying? The hurt man is the most dangerous. So that's applies to that man's been hurt several times, but he can hurt people as well. So
exactly, and don't forget he's Olympian.
Gold medalist, right? Gold medalist, right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He top pedigree. I think his inactivity hurt him though.
Yeah, it did. That's what hurt him.
That's what really hurt him. Yeah, that's what hurt him. So you know.
Didn't he go a year where he didn't fight? I think it was 16. No, 16.
Almost.
He only fought.
It was pretty long.
He did fight in 16.
It was about 2 years. About 2
years he was inactive. Yeah, because I think who signed him? 50 Cent had signed him at one point, and then
that's when he went. That's when he started going downhill.
Downhill after that.
He only fought once in 18.
Okay.
He fought once in 18. He fought 4 times in 17 though.
Okay,
but like before that, I mean, he was 17. Like, he used to be pretty active.
2 and 16, and he was pretty active in 15. So we're starting to look back and think of the old Gamboa.
Yeah,
you know, when he was really, you know, the man. He was one of the names mentioned.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go the distance. I don't think he's gonna get stopped. I mean, just off his experience.
I mean, under his gloves.
Yeah, he do.
I'm not labeling Haney as a Thor kind of fighter. I don't think he got that hammer.
He the one brought me out the house at the MGM, and he hit that boy with that overhand. I ain't never seen a knockout like that.
Yeah, but he was less skilled, and you know,
that boy was a fight. That boy
he never missed
a fight. He
never stopped either. Yeah, I don't think he messed up.
I wouldn't compare him to Gamboa though.
Nah, but I don't know.
We have to also think about this. In his last 5 fights, and that can tell you a lot about a fighter. He's only got 1 KO.
Right.
I mean, you know, I don't think that means something.
It means something, right? You might not hang. You might put substantial weight on it.
That's what it is.
You should put a lot of weight. 5 fights and 1 knockout. That's something's deteriorating, or your timing's off or something. So
but fighters find different ways to win, and sometimes. That's the progression. That's the maturity of a fighter. Sometimes doesn't always mean that's the decline. I mean, if you look at Sweet Pea, he never really had a lot of knockouts, and he was getting better. He just
but he kept rolling
into a certain type of fighter.
That's
to suggest he's on a decline.
Who's too young?
He's still young. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got to look. But at the time, his time frame now in the fight and the competition is not as advanced too.
Yeah.
So the knockout should be 4 and 5 in a row when you coming up the ranks.
Hey, let me tell you something. They're redefining the age limit, so I don't.
No, I'm not going off the age. I'm going off the level of competition that he's accepting within the past 5 fights.
Right? Yeah, he has been stepping up.
It's just been stepping up. Yeah,
but you got to consider the competition, and the competition means something, because you know when we was coming up, man, I remember it was one. It was a lot of fighters out there that fought a lot of good people just over and over again, and their records were deceiving. You would see fighters with a lot of losses, but they would fight really good people. So I don't think that's a fair assessment of his overall performance. I think if you put him in there with a good mix, and I think that's what coaching comes in at. I think that's where if you got a good coach, he can align you with fighters to make you look good. Gamboa's been taking very competitive fights, so
yeah, Gamboa definitely. He's like you said. If he is the gatekeeper, he had to fight those thunderous, vicious fighters that's been destroying people. So
right. And
keep in mind, y'all. Keep in mind, Gamboa is 38 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
So his clock
he's our age. He's damn near our age, man.
And he's 20, what, 24, 22? 22?
Yeah. He's a baby. Yeah. Could be his child almost.
Right. Carlos is he's tossing out conspiracy theories. Gamboa's 33.
Okay, I thought he
was 30 years as long as he's been fighting.
Hey, Carlos, I didn't know his age, man. I thought
he was 38.
Now, can we truly trust Cuban fighters? The age we all?
No, you better not.
No, they say 30. Nah, 81, man. That's 38, baby.
Trust me, I know it from experiences that the Cubans would deceive you with their ages all the time.
Exactly.
Like Ortiz.
And that's
he probably 25. He's 25. I'm like,
you started it again.
They found his dusty birth certificate. They talking he almost 50.
He almost 50. That's how they do, man.
Cut all their facial hair off.
Yep.
All right, so look like we got a birther on the phone. Hey, look, Ray, we got a birther on the phone.
We know how you voted.
Man, let's talk about that, man.
Ortiz is 35. We all suspect he's in the 40s, though.
Yeah. They talking about they can't find his birth certificate, so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Talk about Ortiz. He's a big talent, but he's 3-2 in his last 5 fights because, as you know, circling back to that point we just made, right? The only 2 blemishes on his career are KOs by Deontay Wilder. And those both occurred in his last 2 fights. So if you looked at his last 2 fights, it would be deceptive. It's deceptive because you'll think, hey, he's on a decline, but he's actually not. He just went up against the biggest, baddest man in the division at that time.
Man, please don't bring up Deontay Wilder name right now. Please.
And you can't have a show this week without bringing that up.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all got to enlighten me on it, man. What's going on?
He hurt my feelings, man. Every time I hear him talk, I say, man, okay, maybe he got it. And then, oh my God, here he goes again. Somebody muscle relaxer in his water.
I heard all this. Yeah,
his uniform was too heavy.
And now Mark Whelan was in on the conspiracy.
Then he turned into Mark Twain or something. He said some kind of poem / Bible verse.
Man.
Dude, you killing me, man. Just be quiet.
Something wasn't right. Honestly, something wasn't right with him, man. I'm sorry, man. I believe. But at the same token, I do believe that the gentleman fought a great strategy by gaining all that weight and holding it on him. That could cause a problem, too.
Did he really gain weight? He just lost a little less. Remember, he blew up to almost 400 pounds.
Yeah, actually, that's true factor. Yeah, that's a true factor because he was up there in the weight at one point. Yes.
Yeah, when he went on that drug binge, he was 400 pounds. He showed up.
He definitely was.
He showed up looking like Nassim. You know,
Nassim huge, man.
Yeah, he did. You know, now that I think about it, you're right. But I don't know, man. Fighters walk around at heavyweights.
No, he was 400 when he was going through, I guess, the stint right before rehab. I don't know the exact.
He was up there. Yeah, he was up there.
I mean, the Brits, they measure it by stones. I don't know exactly how, but it was close to 400.
Yeah.
120 away. Yep.
Okay. So what was that other topic we had? I know we was talking a few minutes ago. We were talking
Ortiz.
about
Ortiz has a big fight tomorrow night as well.
Yeah,
he does. He's
fighting Flores, right?
Yeah, he's fighting Flores. And let's not mistake ourselves. Let's just be honest. They've already chummed the water. He's going to knock out Flores. This is just putting him in position for another big fight. Right. Flores is 21. 16. Both of these were 18-2 with 16 KOs. Both of his losses by KO. The old man's going to wear him down. They've already chummed the waters. He won't last long.
Right. It's setting them up for great things. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
The guy got knocked out by Joseph Parker.
Oh, God. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I hate. I hate when they don't come back and they don't sustain that high level of quality competition.
Right.
You guys see who Joshua's going to fight next?
I don't know. He's
fighting some dude. Oh my God!
But you gotta remember, if you took an L, you gotta get your stuff back together. Sometimes I'm going through a similar process now, where a fighter that I'm gonna start working with, a new fighter that I'm gonna start working with, who took a couple of L's in the past, and now I'm at the point where I want to be able to build this confidence back up. Exactly. Give them 2 or 3 fights in between, build it back up, work on the mistakes that was made, and then increase the competition level back up again. Because a fighter, if you take 2, 3, 4 in a row, you ain't doing nothing but destroying his career forever.
No, but we talking about Anthony Joshua here. We talking about the undisputed former.
Yeah, but listen, the undisputed heavyweight champion has scheduled a major 100 multi-million 7-figure, 8-figure fight against the gentleman who hopefully wins his rematch. You don't want to jeopardize that. You know how many people have done that in the past? Remember Ray Mercer? When Ray Mercer was supposed to fight Holyfield? That went out the waters.
Exactly.
So you got to be careful with that, because the blueprint been there and happened so many times in the past. So yeah, I can understand.
So gone out of glory days, man. I hate the business of boxing. And man, Rasheed, we talked about this, man.
Yeah, most
the politics of boxing. I'm not a boxing politician.
Me either, man.
So when I hear the politics, man, I do a huge eye roll. I don't know. I'm glad we're not on video right now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Trust me, man. I came back into the game 2 days and felt like I was running for the presidency of the United States. I only put one video up there and it got all over the world, man.
Yeah. So what I like about this forum though is it gives you an opportunity, man. Look, I'm not in anybody's back pocket, neither are any of the panel guests or hosts. Speak freely.
Not yet, anyway.
You're right. Marlon, you the lawyer. We have a lawyer, so we're covered.
Right. Sign right here.
We're covered. We won't be getting raped in the business, so.
This guy, he's a professional arguer. So.
Yeah. You'll never win.
So what y'all think about Alvarez getting out his contract with Golden Boy?
I
hear quiet. Y'all didn't hear?
I don't know. This new news to me.
Look, the Zone just lost his biggest draw. You have to decrease the price of my monthly subscription. Right. Without the Canelo fights, come on. All you have is Andre and a few other people, and Golovkin, who's on a decline.
How did he get out of that contract?
I have no idea. It was
lawyer.
Clap it up. There you go. Hey, that's right.
He's a free agent now.
Wow. That's why I'm asking y'all. He got out his contract, and let's just keep talking about him, because I don't even want to start on Demetrius Andrade. I just think
that's my favorite fighter, though.
That's who favorite fighter?
Alvarez is my favorite fighter.
I said boo-boo.
Nah.
I hate Alvarez too, man.
Man. He reminds me of how I used to fight. That's why I love him, man. I love him.
Who's the bomb? Someone just said he's the bomb.
Hell no.
Every picks.
Nah,
all right, let me stop.
He the greatest Mexican boxer I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about boxer. I'm talking about fighter.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Pure breed boxer. I ain't say fighter. Boxer. Boxer. Slickest Mexican fighter I ever saw.
Yeah. Okay. All right, whatever. I mean, that's still
hit and not get hit. That's with sweet signs. Hit and not get hit.
He definitely.
He's an exceptional talent. He's definitely an exceptional talent.
Yes, indeed.
You can't take anything away from him. Right now, it's his moment.
Yes, it is.
We may probably 2 or 3 years from now, we might notice a decline, but right now, no one can beat him. I mean, he's just floating.
Yes.
No, I don't want to say no one can beat him because they're also protecting him as well. I don't know who's doing it. Because at 175, you have choices. You don't have to fight. You didn't have to fight Kovalev. You had the dog. You had Beterbiev. You also had Dmitry Bivol, who offered to come down to 168 because he's a small 175 to fight you. So, I like Canelo. I really like Canelo. But at 175, if he truly wants to hang around at 175, there's competition out there that's going to test his chin.
Right. Yes.
No one even talks about Beterbiev.
Yeah, and his size because he's gonna be super small at that weight class.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I would love to see Andre Ward come out of retirement, him and Canelo fight.
Now with that knee,
I think he tried when he was active, but it ain't come through.
Andre Ward got a bad knee, or
that knee was swelling on him leading up to this rematch.
Oh, okay.
That knee was been problematic.
Once that knee go, it's enough. You know, Los, once that knee go, it's done.
Yeah. It's enough talent out there that Andre Ward ain't got to come out of retirement, man. Remember, you should just moved up to heavyweight, and you could fight. That could still be a fight.
Yeah, well, I agree.
So I don't think that we should even entertain folks that's already in retirement. Man, let's look at the people who are still active and out there.
Yeah, but he's still a young man, though, man. He's still a young man. It's possible he can come back. He's not Floyd 43. You know what I'm saying? 43, 44. He's a young man. He still can come back one fight or two if he wanted to.
And that was Canelo's problem, right? Canelo problem he had with the zone was about discussion of the fights too. And they had a couple breach of contract issues, so
when it goes sour, just like a relationship, everything went wrong. Everything looks good when a relationship is new, but when it breaks down, everything that happened was bad.
So tell me, was that contract? Was that in advance? Or was that guaranteed? He had to make those fights happen.
I'm not sure. I know it was.
They didn't release it. We can't look at it. I mean, you can only go now. And I'm sure all the documents are sealed, and no one can talk about it to that extent. But I got hats off to his lawyers.
Right? No, they did.
No. I think the contract was for 365 million.
Okay.
But Canelo, we do know that Canelo's seeking a portion of that contract. I think it's like 280 or something like that.
280.
Yeah.
They walked away.
Okay.
They walked away?
Yeah. Everyone walked away.
Okay.
They had
that's kind of steep, though. I mean, he had like 4 fights already? 3 or 4 fights with the zone?
I think it was 3 or 4. I wasn't sure the amount. I have to research the accurate number.
I think the zone does too much production when it comes to their fight cards. It's just too much. They really need to. People like bite-sized chunks of boxing. We got jobs, man. I'm not trying to stay up at 3 o'clock in the morning for the main freaking event.
I'm with you, Ray. Right.
I love boxing.
Right.
But I'm sleep by 1 o'clock.
Man.
It's a marathon. It'll be a boxing marathon on the zone.
Mind you, at the National, you go to the National, it's 90 fights. Come on, man. It's tied by 1 o'clock.
That's too much boxing, man. I want something exciting. I want something that's going to be quick, hopefully. Right. And I can go home and have a good story and party a little bit afterwards.
Well, see, here's the problem with the zone card. Whenever they have these long, drawn out cards, I end up overeating. Am I the only one?
You're the only one. Pre-gaming too much.
Exactly.
You gonna fall asleep before the main event?
Oh man!
Man.
You gonna fall asleep waiting on him.
Remind me to tell one of my personal training clients not to come watch the fight with you, man.
Man, you dig in, then you're like, man, I done ate. You try not to at our age. You try not to eat too late.
Exactly.
So you eat probably like two fights, 2 fights before the main event.
Right.
And then when the main event is on, you still find yourself grabbing chips. Like, am I really hungry, or I'm just biding time? So no. Right.
So look, let me ask you a question, Marlon. So do you notice on the zone that it seemed like they're not that entertaining because it seems like they only reach for certain fighters to try to bring them in on their fights, but I think it take away from all the other fighters that's on the channel.
Well, not to say anything negative about the zone. I never know where the business relationship might take me, but exactly.
That's right.
They're loading their cards up, and you can't always get a spectacular fight.
Hit or miss.
Exactly. All you can do is throw some potentially good fights. You put them together and see how it pans out. But they're giving you quantity and quality, not all on the same night. Some nights,
some nights
it feel like they're giving us more quantity than quality.
Yeah, it's just one fighter. Like it's always one good one. Like
whatever. The most competitive matchups I've seen in the last couple years have come from Showtime. I don't know what it is, but they took that magic that HBO used to have way back in the day. HBO
they got it. I agree.
They got it, man.
ESPN tried doing their thing too, though.
Yes, they just started.
Over the summer, man, they had some good fights.
They had some great cards, man. Yeah,
but I'm talking about consistency.
Yeah, Showtime been consistently now, good 15 years consistently after HBO. Well, 10 years.
Something. I can miss a ESPN fight card. I can definitely miss some DAZN fight cards. But if it's a Showtime fight card, I know somebody got to go. It's going to be a real competitive fight card with somebody who's predicted to win could lose.
DAZN also has fights out of Thailand, which are highly competitive. I'm not sure if it's Thailand. No, look, they come on like 3 in the morning. They haven't. I haven't seen them.
Well, everybody sleep. That's why come on.
So you've seen them as well.
Nah.
Really good.
Now we know what he's doing at 3 in the morning.
Oh yeah, he waiting for something else to come on.
I don't.
He's like, damn, not tonight.
Not tonight, huh?
But you know what? The zone right now, they had this fighter to me is Devin Haney. Devin Haney.
Devin Haney?
Devin Haney is the future of the zone. Like, I mean, I don't know. Because Canelo leaving. Who else gonna be on the Andre? That's it.
Andre's a good fighter.
I don't know. He's not that exciting to me though.
Is he still fighting Dusty? Is he still fighting Dusty?
I did hear that.
Yeah, he fighting Dusty. I think that'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fight. I hope Dusty whacks that battle.
He got a shot.
Get him in shape. He got to get in. If he in good shape, he can handle him.
Yeah, I think he probably watching some of them old videos, and Dusty is in shape. Dusty look good, so Dusty can like I say, if he can align them stars right, man, this could be a rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a shot.
I've been hearing rumors that they were trying to pull out they were trying to pull out of the fight.
Oh.
What's his name? Andrea, whatever his name is. I don't not say the brother name right.
Andre.
Yeah. I heard they were trying to pull out of the fight. That's what the rumors was.
When is he gonna fight somebody like that's credible? I mean,
to be honest with you, they don't want to fight him, man.
Exactly.
They don't want to fight him, man. That boy got that boy.
Charlo the 50-50 split.
Yeah, they don't want to fight him. They running from him, man.
They running from who?
Andre,
yeah.
The Charlos?
Charlos, Canelos, all of them, man. All of them.
That'd be a good fight, though.
I don't see why any of the Charlos are running from Andre, but whatever.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't
I'm sold on the Charlos. I'm sorry.
What you say, man?
I just think that either one of the Charlos.
Listen, that brother got some of the best step over fundamental skills I've seen in a long time, since the 90s.
Step over shot you posted on Facebook.
That ain't the only one I saw. I've saw several different ones.
He moving too slow, man. He came over with the old group, and they rolling. I mean,
they running from him, man. I'm telling you, man. He's a risk. He's a high risk,
no reward.
High risk, no reward. And they don't want to take their chances with it. They don't want them O's to go.
Exactly. I agree wholeheartedly.
And that group, I think he's better than the Canelo. I mean, than the Charlo brothers.
You think he can beat the older Charlo brother?
He'll punish him. He will punish him. He'll punish him.
I can see him box. I can see him like jabbing, using his jab, kind of controlling the fight like that. But if he get down and dirty, I mean, I haven't really seen him in no exciting fights like that. Like,
he makes him look boring. The guy's that good.
Yeah, it's that's how good he is. It's just they scared to fight the boy, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, he's toying with these with his opposition. It's like a cat playing with a mouse a lot of times.
Well, he been called Charlo.
He been calling him out.
And he called out what's my other boy? I ain't seen him in a while. Fight from New York, Miracle Man. Danny Jacobs. Yeah, I thought they was going to get in there.
Yeah.
A while ago, but yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to fight him.
Nobody want to fight that dude, man. It ain't him. He calling him out there. They not trying to fight him.
Oh, he must be a real deal then.
Yes. Watch some of his tapes, man. Watch some of his fights.
He is one of those guys everyone avoids. And another guy, the Shark, that no one talks about, who gets avoided. They don't even say his name out of fear that he might send him a contract. Is Better BF.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
No one talks about Better BF, and it's for a reason.
Was that dude that
he just fought recently, right?
15 knockouts or something? And
the little Ukrainian guy, or Russian or something.
Oh, another conspiracy theory.
Hey man, look.
Hey, y'all, these niggas out here, man.
Yeah, he know it. Hey, he know the sport for real.
He's Russian, man.
Russian, yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's like a bunch of them.
Is he fight? Is that the guy that's fighting out of Florida now? Oh, the 15. Okay, you talking about someone?
Yeah, he's 15-0.
He's talking about that strong. Yeah, I know you talking about.
15-0 with 15 KOs, and he's the only person that really calls his name is Dimitri Bivol, and he doesn't really say it as loud. You know, he doesn't.
Right.
He's respectful when he talks about him. Better BF is the real deal. At 175, no one calls him out. Canelo had a perfect opportunity, but he wanted to get his belt. I can't knock him for that. But if he wanted to actually say he owns 175, the boogeyman was out there. He's still out there.
Oh, yeah. I seen him.
Boogeyman, but listen, guys, I see how this conversation is going to go. This thing going to go all night unless the referee steps in and calls a pause and an action when there's a lull in the conversation. So we're at the 30-minute mark. Thanks for the fight predictions. It sounds like we have a consensus that this is going to be pretty much a wrap for Gamboa. We've also
have
a consensus that Andre is trash.
No.
I can't. I'm just joking.
I get.
Yeah, Marlon chilling over there.
I'm with him too, man. I'm with him.
Yes, he can. Get out of here, man. Man, that's a conspiracy.
What'd you say, Ray?
Hey, you want to close it out, man? That's
close it out, brother. You the pilot today, man.
Oh, hey, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Tune in for the next episode of DC Boxing Legends. We out.
All right.